So to cut out the sleeve, the first thing you're going to do is to measure the front armhole line and the back armhole line. Okay, so I've already measured the front armhole line, and the back armhole line is what I'm measuring. So the front armhole line is 10.5 inches, while the back is 10 inches. So adding them together, I'll have 20.5 inches. Okay, so if I divide this 20.5 inches into two, to give me 20.25 and 10.25, sorry, 10.25. So finding the radius of 10.25 is around 6.25 or 6.5 inches. Okay, so I have this paper here, and I am going to be measuring 6.25 as if I'm cutting a circle. Okay, like cutting a flare, I mean. Okay, like you know how normally measure when we're cutting a flake. That's exactly what I'm doing. So after marking the 6.25, I measured and it gave me exactly 10.25. Okay, so now because I will need some ease allowance, I am going to add extra 1 inch upwards to it, and I am going to connect. Okay, so I went on to connect. This is just so that I can have extra allowance, like ease allowance, you know. So the next thing I'm going to do is to remeasure again so that I can see what I have this time around. So you see, I have just about 1 inch extra. Okay, so now the next I'm going to do is to measure the wideness of my sleeve. Okay, and I'm going to make use of around 7.5 inches. So that is what I am measuring. So if you're conversant with cutting a circle, you won't find this difficult at all, because it's just as you're seeing it, just the way I'm doing it. That is what you should do. That is the step you should follow. So I went on to mark all around the 7.5 inches, and I am cutting out. Okay, so I have already uploaded the tutorial on how I made the blouse. So if you have not watched that tutorial, go ahead and check it on my channel and watch it. Okay, so now I was done cutting out this like circle of 180 or half of 360. So what I did is I came down here by just 1 inch. I came down here 1 inch, and I'm just going to make a connection down to that 1 inch. Okay, so this is just how I'm connecting, like a kind of curving that part into that 1 inch. Okay, that is just exactly what I'm doing. As you can see, I am connecting to the 1 inch, kind of curving out into the 1 inch. Do you see it? Can you see it? Okay, so that was the reason for the 1 inch I added, so that I can have allowance that I will use to make this curve. Okay, so can you see it? See the way I curve it? That is the same way you follow as well. Okay, so I'm going to cut out right now. Okay, I'm going to cut it out. I'm following it exactly the way I shaping out that part. That's exactly how I'm cutting it out. Okay, so you're just going to follow this, and you're going to just get a perfect result. So now what I'm going to do now is to um mark lines around it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to measure what I have and divide it into two to get the midpoint. Okay, so I'm going to divide the tape into two like this, and I'm going to mark on the midpoint of what I have. Now after marking on the midpoint, I'm going to divide from that midpoint upwards into three. Like I'm going to kind of divide it into three. Yes, then I'm going to make a slash and spread. I'll mark here and mark here. Okay, so that is the three division that I meant. Okay, so I'm going to slash these lines, but not separating it entirely. So I'm not separating it. Okay, so I'm just slashing through it, and after doing that, I'm going to get my satin fabric. I'll cut it on it. Okay, so I went on to place it on the satin fabric, and I spread with just 1 inch. Okay, making it a total of 3 inches. Okay, so the spread now I have is 3 inches. So what I'm going to do now is, if you like your fabric, if you have enough fabric, you can leave this place closed. But if you don't have enough fabric, you're just going to cut it open and cut them one. So since I'm working with lace fabric, I'm going to cut my satin fabric, my lace fabric, and yeah, the second satin will be for lining piece, while this one will serve as the one that will be under the lace fabric. Do you understand? Okay, so now I am going to cut them out, and I'm going to go over to my machine and we'll start joining. I'm going to show you how I'm going to join it. So here I am on the machine, and I stitched the lace fabric to the initial satin together. This is because, you know, lace fabric is very transparent and you have to put satin under, right? And I got my stir to it. So if you have your hard stir or crinoline mesh, okay, add anything and make it to be strong and, you know, standing. That is what you're going to add to it. So I got it on the back of the satin that I have already stitched to the lace. Now here is the lining piece. My satin was not enough, so I couldn't use the satin for the lining piece. I used just normal lining. Okay, so now I have my lining piece cut out exactly, and I'm going to turn the down part. Okay, so I'm going to mark the part that I'm going to be turning. Okay, so from here now all the way down like this to this other end, I am going to turn with my lining piece. Okay, so to this end I'm going to turn with my lining piece. I'll repeat the same process on both of them, and I'm going to show you what we have. Okay, so remember to add your interface, like gum your hard stir to it, so that it will give you that structure look. It will give you that standing look. So I was done turning it down, and I just stitched the upper part together. So you see the upper part I stitched. I didn't turn the upper part, to take note of that. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to measure and mark about 6.5 inches. And the next thing I'm going to do is, from the remaining part of the upper part, I'm going to make pleats. Now I'm going to make one inch pleat, and I'm going to make 3 of it. Okay, so the first pleat 1 inch, the second pleat 1 inch, the third pleat 1 inch. Remember, when I slashed and spread, I used 1 inch to spread, and I had 3 of that spread. That is 3 inches added, okay, through this spreading. So that is the 3 inches I'm using to create this pleat. So I'm making sure each of my pleats is just 1 inch. Each of my pleats is just 1 inch, so that I can have 3 pleats on the front shoulder and 3 pleats at the back shoulder. I don't know if you get that. Okay, so this is what I meant. You can see 3 pleats here and 3 pleats here, and this is just for one sleeve, right? So this is what I have, and I'm going to measure it right now to ensure that it rhymes to what I have on my armhole. Okay, it should give me that which I have on my armhole. Okay, it should, right? So what I'm going to do is to stitch down. Now before I stitch down, I'm going to mark from this down part down to, I'll get my round sleeve. Okay, that is where the hand is going to pass through. That is, you measure your round sleeve and mark. Then you're going to stitch this other side. So you're going to stitch it with, in fact, quarter of an inch or less than quarter of an inch, because you have already torn it. So you're just going to pick a very tiny inches and stitch it, and you're going to stop just where the sleeve you mark stop, where that is the bicep stop, that point where you mark where the hand will come out from. That is where it will stop. So now the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring the main bodies, and I'm going to show you how we're going to attach it. So this is the main body that I've finished joining, and the next thing I'm going to do is this upper part. Now is where we had that curve. It's going to be the shoulder. It's going to match up with the shoulder line. So I'm going to place it right side facing right side, and I am going to sew. Remember, the center of that upper part should match up with the center of the shoulder. Do you understand? By so doing, you will have part of the pleat down and up. Then you're going to stitch and make sure that, if possible, join. Let it be that you have already finished joining your blouse before you fit the sleeve, or you can leave it open like just the way mine is, and make sure you stop just about half of an inch away from the the end of the round, like of the end of the armhole, okay, towards the armpits, towards the end. So I finished joining the first one, the first part, and I'm joining the other part, okay. So after joining, I'll repeat the same process to the second part of the sleeve, and I'm going to join the side of the blouse. So if you know you find it difficult joining when you have closed the armhole side of the sleeve, whereas the armhole side of the main blouse is not closed, just go ahead and close the armhole side of the blouse as well as the sleeve, then match them up and join. Okay, I know you already know how to attach sleeves, so I don't even need to explain too much on this. Okay, so I'll go on and join, and I'm going to show you. So this is what I have. Can you see? This is what I have after I was done joining. You can see how structured it's looking. You can see how it came out so well. In fact, you won't believe that I'm trying this sleeve for the first time, and it actually came out so perfect, and my client loved it so much. So this is how to make this beautiful sleeve. I'm going to hang it on the mannequin after giving it a very neat press, and you're going to see what it looked like. So I'll go ahead and do that, and voila, this is what I have. Okay, so if this tutorial is helpful to you, don't forget to like this video, share it, and also drop a comment for us. Okay, don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Hit on the notification bell so whenever we drop interesting tutorials like this, you get notified. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you some other time. Bye.